Hello and welcome to London Explained. On this episode we look at Muswell Hill, a pleasant North London neighbourhood situated 7 miles north of Charing Cross. Muswell Hill is part of the London Borough of Haringey with the postcode of N10. The district is comprised of mostly Edwardian architecture which dates back to the early 1900s. The first records of the area date back to the 12th century, where the Bishop of London owned the land but granted 65 acres to nuns who built the chapel. The name of Muswell Hill originates from the mossy well which was situated in the area and is said to have miracle properties. History says that Malcolm IV, King of Scotland, had actually cured from a disease following drinking water out of the well. Following this, the area was actually a place of pilgrimage during the medieval times. Until 200 years ago, there were only 8 properties that were noteworthy in the area. But it wasn't until the late 1800s that Muswell Hill became a more densely populated district. Alexandra Palace is a nearby landmark and opened in 1873. The structure is a famous entertainment and sports venue and is now Grade 2 listed. A vast amount of property development was executed following the construction of Alexandra Palace, with various Edwardian shop parades covering the high street. In the present day, the district doesn't have an underground or any other railway station. Before the 1950s, there was a branch line connecting Alexandra Palace to Highgate, which stopped off at Muswell Hill. However, there were plans for an underground station in the name of the Northern Heights, but it was abandoned in 1954. In the present day, the suburb is well connected by London bus routes. However, most people commuting into central London will use Highgate Station on the Northern Line. Muswell Hill is considered one of the most desirable places in London to live, particularly for families, with its great views over the city, as well as a very peaceful vibe. And that concludes this week's episode on Muswell Hill. If you enjoyed, feel free to like, share and subscribe, and I'll catch you again in the next video. Take care.